Coming up next, from San Fran Freak Show, the Savage Nation. From Talk 910 KNEW.
With Michael Savage, I can relate to.
The Savage Nation. Weekday afternoons, 3 to 7. Talk 910 KNEW. Warning. The Michael Savage Show contains adult language, adult content, psychological nudity. Listener discretion is advised. America's most exciting radio talk show, The Savage Nation. Here is Michael Savage.
Welcome to the program from the United States of America. I have some news for you, those of you who have been following my ban from the United Kingdom. I know you want to hear about the Union thugs beating up average Americans at so-called town hall meetings, and you'll hear about that. It won't make it to your local paper or the department store dummies on CNN, ABC, NBC. MSNBC will not cover Obama's Union thugs beating people up at town hall meetings. You will not see a black man being beaten up by Union thugs at town hall meetings. You will not hear from the ACLU or any of the other ordinary criminal organizations like them complaining about Union thugs beating up ordinary Americans. No, you won't hear about that on ABC, CBS, NBC, or MSNBC, but you'll hear about it on the Savage Nation. You'll find out that the Democrats are actually conducting a wholesale Bolshevik revolution in the United States of America right in front of your nose. But I'm not going to get to that. In fact, it's Rock and Roll Friday. The open number is 1-800-449-8255. MichaelSavage.com is the website. I'll do hard politics later, but it's Rock and Roll Friday. I also have an update for you from England. I got it this morning from my attorney in England, and we will confirm again that Michael Savage has not been taken off the list of people banned from entering England, that this evil government, the labor socialist fascists in England, God help us with these leftists, these evil fascists in England have listed Michael Savage along with murderers and terrorists, some of whom are in jail for killing up to 10 people. They confirm in writing, that is, the current Brown administration confirms in writing to my lawyer that there is no truth in the news articles and that Michael Savage is still excluded from Britain. You're not going to believe it when I read it to you. I will also read you my lawyer's refutation of the evildoers in England. So until we get to that, let's go to the Rock and Roll Friday calls here on the Savage Nation. 1-800-449-8255, MichaelSavage.com. Strange things are happening in my life right now. Strange things are happening in my life right now. Let me give you an example. I've heard from people I haven't heard from in over 40 years. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. No reason for it. Then the other night I had a very telling dream. A lot about this show is about me. And sometimes I disclose my dreams, which are quite vivid because I take a lot of pyridoxine or V6. And when you take a lot of V6 or pyridoxine, you get Technicolor dreams in 3D with surround sound, all between your ears. The best show in the world is my dreams. I've often wished somebody could invent a wire that you could attach to your head like a cap, where your dreams could be put onto a TV screen and recorded. I wouldn't have to go to the movies, nor would you. Unbelievably great dreams. Again, if you have been obotomized or you are suffering an obotomy, turn the show off immediately. It may be dangerous to the remnants of your mental health. If you have an obotomy, you're not going to want to listen to this show. If you have been obotomized, you're not going to want to listen to this show. Instead, you'll listen to the Union thugs and the Bolsheviks running America right now. So anyway, strange things are happening to me. I had a dream the other night where I spoke to God, and I didn't see him. I don't know what he looks like. After all, I'm not Jimmy Carter. I don't drink strychnine, and my family never waved snakes around in the living room. But in this dream, I was saying, I'm kind of spacey. There's no center now. I don't know what to believe in. I've lost all faith in government. I've lost all faith in everything, including time itself. And then God said to me, in order to have a center, you have to know God. And as though in a satori, as they say, instantly I remembered what I had known for so many years and had wandered away from. That when you come to know God, you know yourself all over again. You're strong as a mountain. And really, nothing can penetrate you because you are connected to the heavens. So, having said that, then strange things started happening again. As I said, an old friend I hadn't seen since college days saw the article about Michael Savage in the New Yorker, sent me a note. He's going to remain anonymous. I preserve people's anonymity. And we spoke today by telephone. After a couple of days, we tracked each other down. I got to tell you this story without divulging who the individual is. This is the individual whose car I accidentally wrecked. He had a Jaguar. Remember that story? And I took the Jaguar for a ride on Queens Boulevard after 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. He let me drive it. It was like a 58 XK 150 convertible. He gave me the keys. We had a great night of partying. It must have been 2 in the morning. I go out on Queens Boulevard in New York. And, okay, I opened it up. Nobody was on the road. I stop at a traffic light. Nobody is on the road. It's an empty road, 2 o'clock in the morning. All of a sudden, I look at a little mirror. They had little mirrors, rearview mirrors. Careening towards me is a horrendous car coming at me so fast. Before I could get the car in first gear, bam, the car hit me. Broke the back of the Jaguar, smashed it, broke the frame, broke the back of the car. Cops come. I was innocent. I hadn't been drinking. The driver, by the way, was an Iraqi national. As God is my witness, he was an Iraqi national with a long Iraqi name. I know you say, what does that have to do with anything? I don't know. Getting hit in the back by an Iraqi? I don't know. Okay, it has something to do with something. I go back to the party. I have to tell my friend I destroyed his beautiful car, and I don't remember what I said. Now, let me move the clock forward 40 years. After my friend and I talked today for the first time in 40 years, he sent me an email, sent me a there. I called him. We exchanged numbers. He says to me, do you remember what you said to me the night that you wrecked the Jaguar and came back to my apartment to the party? I said, no. He said, you walked into the party and said, punch me. I just wrecked your car. I said, oh, my God, I didn't. I said, say that again. He said, you walked into my apartment in front of everybody with a straight face. You said, punch me. I wrecked your car. I got to tell you something. I respect my younger self a great deal for that. Maybe I knew my friend was a gentleman and wouldn't do it, but I did mean it. And I'm sorry, by the way, for wrecking your car. Well, that was a long time ago. Here we are in America today, where we have a communist revolution with Obama, an absolute neo-Marxist by any measure. Now, many of you don't understand terminology. When you hear the word communist, right away you bristle and say, oh, come on, that's just rhetoric. I have told you that there are many varieties of socialist and many varieties of communist. They're not all one style, not one type. There are at least 30 varieties of socialism. Therefore, there are varieties of communism. And if it walks like a communist, if it talks like a communist, it is a communist. And Barack Hussein Obama, by all definition, is a neo-Marxist. How many times have I told you it was fair game for the left to call those around Bush neocons? Remember the sneers? Neocon this, neocon that. Of course, that was code words for Jew, as you well know. When they were saying neocon, they were referring only to the Jewish people around George Bush. But, okay, we don't have to go down the ethnic road, but we knew what it was. So neocon was acceptable to the vermin in the media, right? Well, why is neo-Marxist not acceptable to the rats in the media? Because they are the same. They're from the same bolt of cloth. It was cut in Leningrad in 1917. Now, you have to understand the sequence of what we're going on, what we're experiencing in America today. And in order for me to explain to you what I mean by the communist revolution that is occurring in America and what you must do to prevent the wholesale destruction of everything your ancestors dreamed of and fought for in this country? I will take some time to do that today. I also must tell you something else happened in addition to an old friend calling after I had my dream about God. A distant cousin of mine who I hadn't spoken to in a number of years sent me an email and said, we found some letters from your mother and father when they were first dating. We found some correspondence from your grandparents when they were first becoming American citizens, some of their notebooks that they had to read to become U.S. citizens. You might want to see them. I got them this morning. You're not going to believe the books that immigrants had to read to become Americans. Now compare that with the crowd we have in America today sneaking across the border. I'll be right back.
Armstrong and Getty.
They're not bullies with a microphone.
Weekday morning, 6 to 10. Talk 910 KNEW.